Om Namaste. I am Dr. Venkata Chaganti, President Vedas World Inc. We have been performing yajnas in the USA, in the Georgia state, close to Atlanta, the capital of Georgia, and collecting the data about the air quality index and the rainwater analysis. So we have done this one for the past 8 years and above. So in 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, we have done yajnas every year. So from small scale to medium scale. So let's see the results. Now the question is, can the Vedic Yajna remove pollution? That's the question. So are we doing it scientifically or not? You will check it up yourself. So I will give you the results that we got. So at first I will give you the result which we obtained in 2012. That is 2012 September 30th, we conducted a Brihaspati Mahayajna wherein 16 families have participated. We did the yajna in McDonough, about 50 kilometers from Atlanta or 30 miles from Atlanta, where we have two machines which are reading the air quality indexes and the pollutants standards. We have 6 pollutants. Number 1 is the particulate matter, which is 2.5 and 10 and so on. Then we have carbon monoxide, ground level ozone, and sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxides, and lead. These are the 6 parameters, 6 pollutants which are very harmful if they are present in the atmosphere. So AQI, air quality index, is generally checked by the highest pollutant present in the atmosphere. So generally the particulate matter will be present because the dust rises to the air and then it floats in the atmosphere. Carbon monoxide is produced due to vehicular emissions, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxides due to vehicular emissions and due to factories, and also due to domestic uses. And lead is also present in petroleum products and other industries. Similarly, we have ozone, ground level ozone. Remember that ozone in the stratosphere, above the stratosphere, is very good. But the ozone at the ground level is very dangerous. So we have to eliminate these 6 pollutants from the atmosphere. There can be a minimum levels, but they should not exceed beyond certain level. If they have increased, then it is harmful. So AQI is generally measured and the numbers are given from 0 to 50, it's good. 50 to 100, it's becoming harmful for some cases, some of the persons who have asthma and other things. And from 100 to 150, it's highly risky, and above 150 it's dangerous, we can say. Delhi pollution reached 999. So what is the way to remove pollution? Is there any scientific process today that removes pollution? Answer is no. Can Vedic Yajna remove pollution? Answer is yes. We have done a number of experiments. Let me present to you 2012 experiment with results, evidences. So after that we can discuss. At Atlanta on 15th September 2012, that is 2012. So you can see 54 is the minimum on the day and 60 is the maximum. You can see the graph beside it. So this was the pollution on September 15th. AQI of Atlanta on 30th September, the day which we did yajna, about 50 kilometers away from the machine which is reading these details. You can see that 62 is the maximum that day and 55 is the minimum. So 50 kilometers away we did the yajna. So how much time will it take to reach that place is a question. You can see throughout the 24 hours, that is till midnight, it maintained up to 55. At Atlanta on October 1st, that is the next day after the yajna, which has been done at 50 kilometers away from Atlanta. So you can see that early morning it was 54, that is midnight 1 o'clock onwards it is 54, and then every hour it's changing. So at morning 6:30 we did the yajna and the pollution level has come down to 16, and then it slowly increased again to 25, then 24, 23, again 22. So you can see the curve, how the curve started falling. So from morning 6 onwards, when we perform the yajna, so in the next 18 hours, you can see the pollution levels have come down completely. Is it a coincidence, or since it's decreasing from 54 up to 49, 44 early in the morning when we did not do yajna? So can you say that due to yajna it has been decreased? Yes, we can say on October 2nd, that is the third day after the yajna, that is the Yajna day was 30th September, then this is October 2nd. You can see the minimum level has fallen to 19 and the maximum is 25. So it maintained throughout the day the constant AQI. This shows that the Yajna has removed the pollution. On 3rd October, and you can see that the minimum is 21 and in the midnight of 2nd October and 3rd October midnight. So 21 is the minimum and the maximum is 42. So you can see steadily the pollution is again rising. So the yajna was done on 30th September, 30th, 1st and 2nd. The pollution levels have been maintained by the yajna, and then again the pollution levels have raised. So that's the effect of the yajna. So the AQI levels have fallen on October 1st and 2nd in Atlanta. At Atlanta on October 4th, so 30th we did yajna. On 30th there was pollution, 1st, 2nd pollution decreased, 3rd and 4th the pollution again raised back to 58. So this is an indication that after doing yajna for 2 days the pollution was under control and then again steadily. So if the yajna was not done, you could have had October 1st, October 2nd also the pollution. October 5th, 2012. So you can see minimum is 59, maximum is 68. So you can clearly see that the pollution has increased back to its original conditions. So after the yajna, the pollution reduced, and for 2 days it remained constant, and then again the pollution increased. This shows clearly that yajna can remove pollution. At McDonough, where we did the yajna, so but this is on 15th September. So this is a sample to show that in that area how the PM particulate matter is existing. So the maximum is 12 and minimum is 5.7. Please remember these numbers. Pollution of particulate matter on 30th September, on which we performed the yajna from morning 6:30 to 12. So you can see that the maximum levels is at 20.5, and by the evening time it has dropped to 2.4. So is it due to the yajna effect? Of course, that's what we have shown in Atlanta also, which is 50 kilometers away. So McDonough, where we did. So did it continue on 1st and 2nd? Let's verify that. Matter pollution on McDonough 1 day after the yajna, you can see the minimum is 0.2 in the morning and maximum is 7.3. Whereas the other days the minimum was itself 7.3 or 7. So you can see that yajna can remove pollution. This is on 1st of October. So you can see the graph, it's touching almost the bottom. So this indicates that yajna can remove pollution. We have seen on 15th September, 30th September and 1st October. So let's go for 2nd October. McDonough, the particulate matter. So 0.6 is minimum, 6.3 is maximum. You can see for the second day, the yajna could control the pollution to the extent possible. So on 30th September we did yajna at McDonough, and from the location of the McDonough yajna place, the machine is about 10 miles away. So you can say about 14-15 kilometers away it is there. So that's the location where this recording has taken place. So 0.6 is minimum, 6.3 is maximum. So whereas on the other days when the yajna was not performed, the minimum itself was 7. So we understand that pollution is removed by the yajna. On October 3rd, you can see that the minimum is 2.2 and maximum is 14.7. So the pollution levels again have increased. So On 30th September, we did Yajna, and from evening 6 p.m. onwards, the pollution levels have come down. And October 1st, October 2nd, the pollution level have come down completely. And again, 3rd, it started increasing. Just as in the case of Atlanta, this is happening. So the Yajna removes pollution. This is a solid evidence. 50 kilometers distance. So at McDonough, the Yajna is performed, and at Atlanta, the pollution is decreased. McDonough, the pollution has decreased. So this is the best evidence which you can have. This is the dynamic map provided by the Georgia department. It's a government department. So you can see the yellow portion is the pollution and green portion is the non-pollution. It's good. So you can see in the first line air quality index, and the second line Sunday September 30th 2012, the time is changing. You can see it's now 6 and then 6:47, 7:20, 7:48, 8:20, so on. So till midnight it shows, again next day it repeats. Now let me repeat the same map once again. So on September 30th, that is the yellow portion is the pollution. We did Yajna in McDonough. It is to the right side bottom at the corner, you can say. So it's below Atlanta. There is a Riverdale. To the right side of Riverdale, we did the Yajna. So at the bottom, and the pollution is getting cleared. It's now 5:40. It's 6:20. You can see by 7 p.m. almost the pollution is gone and is green. And you can see the same thing continuing on October 1st. See, now it's October 1st. The date has changed and the time is changing. So continuously the pollution is not existing. So the Yajna can remove pollution. Now you may ask several questions. That questions I'll reply separately, but at present, on September 30th there was pollution. We did Yajna, and on October 1st, October 2nd, you'll find there's no pollution. So now what you're seeing is October 1st around about 8 p.m. and then it goes up till midnight. Then we'll continue on to October 2nd. So this is October 2nd, and then you can see there's no pollution. The time is changing continuously. Every 20 minutes the time changes, and that is kept as a dynamic map. So September 30th there was pollution around Atlanta, and October 1st, October 2nd there's no pollution. On September 30th by 7 p.m. the pollution was cleared. So the Yajna can remove pollution. This is a powerful evidence for you. 30th September we did the Yajna and we got rains. So on 1st October we collected the rainwater at the location of the Yajna and we have sent it for testing. So that was the company that time, Water Test America LLC. So they have given the report. The laboratory report says here is the date collected here and report date is here on the right hand side. And laboratory report summary. Summary is this sample meets the US EPA guidelines for the primary drinking water parameters tested and fluoride is elevated. So this indicates that the content we got in the rainwater, fluoride is elevated than the normal drinking water. But why is the question. So we will see it, the summary we have seen it, and we'll see each one and compare with the other mineral waters that are existing. Now one by one, that is a total coliform bacteria which is supposed to be less than 1/100th of a milliliter, so are absent. That's better. So here MCL stands for maximum contamination level, and the third column, which is MDL, which stands for minimum detection level by the machine, and result is the one which gives you the contamination inside the water that we have sent for testing. So it says that coliform bacteria is not detected and E. coli bacteria is not detected. Alkalinity is no MCL. I mean the MCL level is no MCL, no maximum contamination level. We have 64 in that, and calcium is 110, and chloride is 250 can be the maximum, and detection level is 0.05 is the minimum, whereas we have 13.8. So this is what is about these minerals. Heavy and secondary metals. So pH level should be between 6.5 and 8.5. That's the maximum contamination levels, and the result is 6.75. That's exactly between them. and the total dissolved solids, that is 500 is a maximum limit, whereas we have 34.1, the least possible ever by any machine that can clean the water. And turbidity, no MCL, we have less than 1 NTU. Yajna water, Ozark, drinking water available in bottles, Nestle, drinking water available in bottles. So Ozark and Nestle are considered to be the fresh water which is supplied to the public at a very high price. And the first one is the parameter, first column is the parameter discussing. So alkalinity is 64 for Yajna water, Ozark is 22, Nestle is 13.4 to 46.9. Alkalinity should be very high for water to be good. You can ask any chemist. Calcium is 110, whereas Ozark and Nestle is very less. Chloride, we have 13.8, Ozark is 26 and Nestle is 18.5 to 25. So chloride should be less. It is compulsory. Lesser the chlorides is better. And the next one is fluoride. Fluoride, you can go color and corrosivity, leave it. Fluoride, you go. Fluoride is 3.16 is Yajna water, and Ozark is 1.1 and Nestle is 0.13. So the point is 3.16. Is it good? Yes, we will tell you why the fluoride is high. You will be surprised to know that. You will understand how Yajna can clean the atmosphere. We will give you details now in a short time. Then hardness. Hardness 250 is very good so that the pH value remains constant, whereas others have a different hardness. Then lead. Lead is 0.016, whereas in Ozark and Nestle it's not detected. So this lead 0.016 clearly indicates that Yajna cleaned the atmosphere. You remember that the pollutants, 6 pollutants, lead is one of the pollutants. So if our rainwater contained lead, it indicates that from the atmosphere, the lead has been cleaned and brought down to earth and mixed with the earth in the form of rainwater. So this indicates that Yajna can clean the atmosphere much better. Another evidence. Then magnesium 0.34, nitrites 1.13. You see that in the Ozark and Nestle it's not there. Nitrates or nitrogen oxide should be removed from the atmosphere. Nitrogen oxide is another pollutant. Similarly, the rainwater has brought down those also. pH value 6.75, so the others are different. But anyhow, 6.75 is very well within the limits. Potassium 5.1, others could not detect. So we have potassium in the atmosphere which is brought down. Sodium 21.1, and total dissolved solids. This is the most important thing. Particulate matter is removed from the atmosphere. You can see that due to Yajna, the particulate matter have gone away. They collected the rainwater and then brought down to the earth. So 34.1. So in the dissolved solids inside the rainwater is only 34.1. So you can see how clean the rainwater is. 75 is Ozark and Nestle 61 to 110. So, and the next is zinc, turbidity, total coliform bacteria and E. coli bacteria. Both of them, the bacteria are not present in any of the rainwater or Ozark or Nestle. So you can understand that Yajna purifies by 3 things in this particular one. One thing is fluoride. Second thing is nitrates. Third thing is chloride, and apart from that, total dissolved solids. So these 4 are the points which you have to catch and see whether the Yajna can remove pollution or not. Now let us discuss about the fluoride content in the rainwater, how the atmosphere is cleared by the Yajna, that is how the pollution has been removed. Let's discuss this point. First of all, you require to know how many layers of atmosphere are there in on the surface of Earth. So the one close to the Earth is troposphere, and then extropopause, then you have stratosphere, then ozone layer, then mesosphere, then ionosphere, and so on. So at present we are interested in stratosphere. Fluorine containing chlorofluorocarbons, CFCs they called as, and halogens. Halogens are any one produced with carbon to bromine and other things, are sufficiently long lived so as to reach the stratosphere, where they are photo-dissociated to release chlorine, bromine and fluorine atoms. So you should understand that fluorine in the atmosphere exists only in stratosphere, not in below the stratosphere. So this indicates if our rainwater contained fluorine. So that indicates that the stratosphere is now cleaned because of our yajna. The portion above the place where we did yajna, there wherever this yajna air has gone, yajna vapors have gone, there in the stratosphere they have cleaned the fluorine and brought down to earth. So, although chlorine and bromine have been proved to be main responsible for the destruction of the ozone layer in the polar regions, fluorine by itself does not contribute to ozone depletion. Even though fluorine does not contribute, but it is present there. Fluorine atoms released from the photo-dissociation of fluorine-bearing sources are quickly sequestered into carbonyl compounds and subsequently into the ultimate hydrogen fluoride, which is very stable in the stratosphere. See, this is very clearly mentioned that the fluorine which is there in the stratosphere is combining with hydrogen to form hydrogen fluoride and is very stable in the stratosphere. Even though it is stable, the Yajna vapor could remove that pollution and bring down the fluorine. Otherwise, there is no way you can get fluorine that high in the rainwater. So this indicates that Yajna can go beyond the clouds and go into stratosphere, ionosphere, and even possibly above. Our rainwater, after the yajna, the rainwater contained 3 point above, between 3 and 4, the fluoride content. So is it good or bad is the question. The following information is from EPA, that is Environmental Protection Agency of America. So there's a link also given there. The MCLG for fluoride, that is maximum contamination levels for fluoride, is 4 milligram per liter or 4 parts per million. So we have 3.16 or something like that, so which is well less than 4. EPA has set this level of protection based on the best available science to prevent potential health problems. This is the maximum level you should contain in the water. We had only 3.16, so it's really good. And also we have clearly mentioned that nowhere in the atmosphere you have fluorine other than in the stratosphere. So our Yajna vapors have gone up to the stratosphere, cleaned that one, and then brought the fluorine down. So don't you appreciate that? Definitely. We did Brahaspati Mahayajna. This is the arrangement. You can see that the red color marks are the Yajna Kundas, and we have arranged them with Panchakunda on the left side and the star position on the right side. You can see the total number of Yajna Kundas are 16, and you can see the position of the Udgata, who is a Samaveda Pandit, and the Hota, and also the Brahma and Advaryu. So the positions you can see, this is Shravata Yagnam. So the Brahaspati Mahayagna, which we did on September 30th, yielded wonderful results with clearing the pollution, and also the rainwater collected is so excellent, the analysis is so excellent that you will understand that the pollution in the atmosphere can be removed only by Yajna and nothing else. Oh. So you have seen the evidence and you understood that we have presented two evidences in one yajna, that is air quality index and the rainwater analysis. I suppose you are understanding that these two evidences are very good. But one yajna, can it prove the results? No. We have done yajna several times. That is in 2013, 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18. So every year we did yajna. So I will be presenting one by one in each video or clubbed together in some videos together. So at present, I would like to give you, I have presented 2012 Yajna results, and I hope you will be happy with the results. Now one question arises. What the question is, what is the evidence that you did Yajna in 2012 on September 30th? There are 16 families who participated in the Yajna. I'll give you the evidences from each family. We will discuss with them and produce a video telling that they have participated in the Yajna. So we have photos in our website. You can go to www.vedas.us, and under Brahaspati Yajna you click it, you get photographs. You will see that we have done the Yajna that time. Okay, anyhow, so you got one evidence, and you know that Vedas World Inc. group is a scientific group, and has done a lot of research work in the yajnas, and we are presenting one by one to you so that you can process and see and think that whether these people are capable of removing pollution from Delhi or not. Okay. All said done, we are asking for about 35 crore rupees to remove pollution from Delhi. So the question is how to donate. Please do not donate now itself. Keep your donation with you. Please keep your donation with you. Do not donate now. We will put a link, gofund.com, in which you can donate and see your amount, your name, opposite your name, how much you donated. And you will see how much totally is collected. So therefore, wait for some time until I give you evidences and make you understand that we are a capable group. We are having the research work done on yajna. We are the persons who did a lot of work in this yajna. So in the entire world, we have a lot of evidence than anyone else. People talk a lot. People say that yajna can remove pollution, but they never did anything. Remember this point. So talking, don't accept. Showing evidence, accept. Without evidence, accepting is not an intelligent way. So I hope you understand and support us and donate generously and get the pollution of Delhi removed. And after that, every city we can do that. Oh.